Hello everyone, my name is Lance090 and welcome back to Let's Play Kerbal Space Program. I finished building the rocket mostly, I just forgot the coupling, so... Sides here. That ought to do us. So, we have life support up and running now. I guess when you install pack life support with CCAN, it doesn't install what's sort of a dependency. It doesn't install something called like custom item categories. So I guess the guy who made Tech Life Support put it in this custom category, which has that custom software. You need to see it. If you download it separately, I guess it'll be in his download, but for some reason it's not in the download on CCAN. So you have to go download this separately, even though it should be listed as some kind of dependency, but oh well. We'll deal with that later. We'll still do this mission first. May as well. We don't even have any satellites really going, so... Really, we should be getting some satellites off the ground. There... there... Okay, that's all good. We're going to try a new engine. Let's see, where's the fuel tank? I put in this fuel tank. It's a monopropellant fuel tank. And I strapped on this engine, but shrunk down a size. It's really neat. It's very flat, and it has lots of little tiny engines on it. So what I'm hoping is I can use this as a low-profile engine in the future. For one thing, it'll shorten our rockets that are like this one, which is good. As you recall, we had some very long, bendy rockets. Now we have joint reinforcement. Might not be a problem anymore. But that'll be one thing that could help with it. And then it'll also be extremely good for landers. That low profile will be priceless. My only concern is I don't know... Well, I just never used it before. I don't know how good it is. I have my concerns that I've used a monopropellant engine once, not one from this mod. These are not toned down. Can't turn. Cover the vessel. Forgot to thrust limit those solid rocket boosters. Anyway, I've used a monopropellant engine before, just not one of those, and it like plowed through its resources in like an instant. It was kind of ridiculous. It didn't really make sense because everything that you read on the pop-ups about them is like, oh, the monopropellant engines are the most fuel efficient. But that's not what happened. Or at least it didn't seem what was happening from my perspective. However, it could be like a trick effect going on, because since it's only monopropellant, unlike the other engines that are liquid fuel and monopropellant, or liquid fuel and oxygen, it's only burning through one resource, so it might seem like it's going faster than usual, but it might just be because it's burning through the same only one resource. Anyway, we're sending this on a polar path, actually. That's the best way to operate the scanning satellites, is to have them in a polar orbit. It's weird. Sound effects. It just felt like some sound effects cut off in my headset. I'm getting that ring in my ear. You sometimes get where you suddenly can't hear a sound anymore. Never have found out what exactly that is. Oh, those things fell apart. Covered. I watched a movie once that said that when you get that ringing in your ear, it's lost the ability to hear that sound for the rest of your life. that particular pitch of noise. Don't know if that's true or not, though. Feels like something that would be untrue. But you start losing your ability to hear on the higher pitches as you get older. Why we're the shivering side to side. Sure how high we want our Apple apps. I guess I'll just bring it to 80 for now. I want it fairly high, I think. The most juice out of our scanner, but I also don't know if it has like a limited range that it can scan. Hearing should auto deploy off once we get to 65,000. In the habit of setting up hotkeys to extend everything. Let's see, time to Apple apps, 30 seconds. Running a little bit too long actually, but still have a lot of fuel left. Fortunately, this is going to become space debris. It's not coming back home. Oh well, overestimated how much I needed for this particular burn. Nectar. This kind of sucks. Does this scanner say like how high it wants to be? Don't know. It's physics warping. Whoop, well. Not what I was trying to do. I was was trying to press shift as like a modifier key, but shift is throttle. Seem to be fairly efficient. Not that bad. Yeah, it's a very cool looking engine. Makes a lot more sense. The KSP engines are just so tall. You point towards the planet. Just to say that you can't tell it to always point towards the planet. Unfortunate, but for the sake of argument, there it goes. Alright, how do we to perform be in a stable polar orbit between 60 kilometers and 1,500. A stable orbit, it's fairly polar. I mean, to make it perfect, polar. As for the orbital height, it said 60 kilometers. 60 kilometers is actually in sphere. Are they doing their math wrong? I think I'm doing mine wrong. Our kilometers, this is our tens of kilometers. This is our hundreds of kilometers. Well, it's either we're not in a stable polar trajectory or they don't understand what a kilometer is. It would be weird for them to not, but also because I shouldn't know what a kilometer is better than anyone else since I live in the US. However, if that's what's wrong, they are the ones who are wrong. Fiery. Chasing the maneuver. Let's chase the. Yeah, it's pretty polar, bro. It's pretty polar. In, shall we? Alright, was just... There's a lot more power than I thought. I guess this thing might be one of those things that needs a capacitor. Thought about sticking a capacitor on it. It's done it. I don't know how much that was valued at. Finally have some data about the resources on Kerbal. As everyone knows, if you want basic information about your own planet, nothing beats sending an expensive, complicated satellite into it. Probably. Do I have a... Oh. That's something going on down there. Oh, I guess we got it. Oh, those lovely resources. I'll have to get a survey team together. So I wonder if this is a base game part, not a mod part. Because it scanned the whole planet and then it was done. It's kinda glitched out the planet a little bit, I think. Yeah, I think this one might be a base game part because it only had to scan it once. It's not really getting anything for doing multiple orbits. Although the way it was kind of rejecting our scan attempts, maybe it's not. It was kind of faded away too quickly to read, so I don't think Squad would do that. But anyway, we got a crap ton of money for that though. And this thing can act as a transmitter. I could actually haul it up to a higher orbit because it has a lot of fuel left. Then it might work as a transmitter a little bit better. I wish to do that because I think his job is basically done. So let's see, it does seem to understand what kilometers are. to 25,000 kilometers, I believe. Was its highest. How much juice we can get out of this engine? Well, I actually do. It's a little... It has 800 and... Oh wait, no, it still has a little bit of fuel. No, it has a crap ton of Delta V. It has 2,000. 1,100. So we can probably do both of these. Still be on the same tank, probably. Like 3,000. Maneuver node. 500 meters a second of Delta V. Seeing that's mere peanuts to what we actually have. Let's use the too fun. Just put it up so it can function as a transmitter if it needs to. Very, very long burn. So the engine doesn't have much thrust. Even though it looks like it has a lot. Hurry up, back up. Just watch up here, really. Since using the boring view. He's done it. Back towards the planet. Just for the sake of argument. Solar panels are kind of pointed at the sun. And we good. Time accelerate to freeze it in place. To the center. So it was a success. We picked the right scanner. That was the main question of that job. Rescue more people from orbit. Don't really worry about it. Resolution scan a turbine would probably be the next one to do. Consequence somewhat worse than average accident at SCAN, Scientific Committee on Advanced Navigation. We have been forced to look for some outside help. We're not sure if there really is such a thing as too many stress. We'd like to find out. That's why we're here. From a radar scan of Kerbal. Alright. Probably use basically the same boy to get it done as well. Load out the fairing there so I can see what I'm doing. Survey Scanner. I was thinking of saying Survey Scanner. Instead, it ended up sounding like a pirate. Guessing it's this one. High performance radar. Lock it in place though. You have to snap into place. I know it's possible to do it, but do it like this, then you're just kind of guessing what the center of it is. You just have to guess. Maybe no getting it perfect. Good enough, I guess. Sting. Pretty compact. Let's see. You know, the last one had a little bit of problems with power. Thinking of strapping a capacitor on here. Strapped to this, huh? Sometimes it's just the command pods it has problems with, but this part just seems to have problems with anything. Alright. It fits in one. Even better. Let's see, I was overkill on thrust. Let's see. Rip out the... Actually makes the probe too small. My headset, sorry. That stuff down so it has more body to work with again. Get to the body, get to the body. That part's lighter. This boy doesn't need much juice. Wonder if I want to use the one that's actually sized appropriately. Uses a lot more thrust though. You really don't need a ridiculous amount of thrust. I think this boy is still fine. I'll leave these on just in case I forget to deploy the main solar panels or something. Always good to have kind of solar panels that you can't forget to deploy on any spacecraft, really. I wonder if I could even launch this thing with a Vesta engine because it's so light. Could potentially, or I could rip off these and just increase the size of the main engine. Almost make that argument. Okay, we're out of time for this video though. I hope you all enjoyed and have a good day.